Everybody. It's Dr. Danielle again, and we are on day 9 of this 40-day journey from passive to passion. And today's theme is asking. You know that scripture that says, "You have not because you ask not"? That was strong for me today. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that, yesterday I was talking about going with the flow. Well, part of going with the flow and shifting is what? Expansion. And as we expand, that means more resources are needed. A few months back, I did a newsletter, and one of my broadcasts on Blog Talk Radio was about an interview with a butterfly. Actually, it was interviewed with a caterpillar, but it wound up, of course, as a butterfly. But that's neither here nor there. My point is that as we shift, we're not shifting backwards, we're shifting ahead. And so there comes a need to ask for the resources necessary to move ahead. And that's where that whole thing about you have not because you ask not became prominent. Okay? Because I had to step back and think about my relationship with the Creator. And you may say, well, isn't that what you've been doing? Well, yeah, but we get to a stage of enlightenment where we think that we should be able to just speak things into existence and that, while I should be there. And I admit, my favorite TV shows when I was a little girl were Bewitched and I Dream of Jeannie. I wanted to twinkle my mouth and twinkle my nose, and there it was. But that's not how it is for us. We are co-creators. And as such, we are to ask for what we desire. We are to ask for our needs to be met and be specific. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be specific about dollar amounts, but you do need to, or rather, let me speak for myself. I need to know crystal clear my intentions for moving ahead. That's what this whole thing about moving from passive to passion is about. Because passive is sitting back and thinking about the necessary resources, but not speaking and in direct relationship, asking. So what happens? We have not because we ask not. And then on top of that, we like to throw in a little leeway. Because if we half ask, I said ask, I didn't say the other word. But if we half ask, then that little wiggle room is, just in case. And so we start setting up plan B and then adjust our whole intention and say, well, maybe that wasn't my purpose. And then there we'll go again on that treadmill, like little gerbils or hamsters going on that endless wheel. But if I ask, again, I'm going to make this personal. If I ask, and I ask with my whole heart, being true, not trying to substitute, because you know what? I can tell you from my own experience, the times when I have been fake, there's no other way to put it. The times when I have been fake, of course, there was not, the resources weren't there. Because you see, I was trying to substitute. And we can't substitute when we ask. But that requires being authentic with ourselves. Because, come on, the Creator knows. The Creator knows. But as co-creators, we are required to establish that relationship. And the relationship begins with asking. So, if you are having issues with resources, with questions about your life purpose, then the issues really stem from not asking, keeping our mouths and our hearts shut, and then expecting the Creator to come in and open up doors that we haven't asked to be opened. Okay? So, ask. And in no religious, spiritual text, none does it ever say that if you ask, you might not receive. They all simply say, ask and ye shall receive. Every single one. Go ahead, do a search. Do a search. So, ask and ye shall receive. Ask not and you have not. All right. This is Dr. Danielle Mincy White, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a blessed evening.